Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello to all. Welcome to Premier Sports Talk. I'm the host, Randy Prentice, and welcome to another Who's Hot and Who's Not in the NFL. This is week 9, so I'll be giving you my particular opinion of the who's hot and who's not in the NFL after week 9. Now, we know that it's actually Monday evening, so we do got one game that's coming on tonight. But I'm still going to give you. I didn't want to wait till after the game, so I figured I'd come on here now and give you Week 9 NFL week. Who's hot and who's not? I will say that we had some really bad injuries that occurred. Started out with his. If you don't know, you're about to know. Tyreek uh, tore his knee up a couple weeks ago. He's out for the season. We had Scatterboo for the New York Giants dislocated his ankle. He's out for the season. So we had some horrible, horrible injuries. And then last night, Sunday Night Football, those who watched the game, we saw Jalen Daniels had a horrific injury. I'm glad it was not to his right throwing arm, it's to his left arm. He dislocated his left elbow. He tried to break his fall when he was being tackled, and it was a really bad thing to see. I looked at it on threads. His elbow totally went the opposite way. He's definitely out for the rest of the year. I wish him a speedy recovery. That was his third accident. His third accident, not accident, but injury on this year. He had a knee injury, um, and then we had this horrific elbow injury. So, but without any further ado, I'm going to give you the week 9, in my opinion, who are the three hot teams in the NFL and who are the not so hot NFL teams. That's what I'm gonna give you. That's what I'm gonna give you. I want to start out with the number one team. Start out with the number one team. Hold on, I got this. I want to start out with the number one team of who's hot, in my opinion, in the NFL, and that would be no, it's not my Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, they beat the Indianapolis Colts. Yes, I was worried about them winning, but I ain't got them as a team that's hot because they lost last week to the Green Bay Packers. And what did the Green Bay Packers turn around and do? The Green Bay Packers turned around and lost on Sunday to the Carolina Panthers. Who saw that coming? But neither one of those teams, not the Carolina Panthers, not my Pittsburgh Steelers, and not the Green Bay Packers, on this week's Who's Hot. Like I said, I'm gonna give y'all the top 3 who's hot. The first team who I feel is hot is those Los Angeles Rams, y'all. Hey, if you agree with me, let me know. If you disagree with me, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Matter of fact, did I open up the chat? Did I open? Did I open up the chat? Did I open up the chat? I think I got the chat open up. I hope I do. I hope I do. But anyway, I got the Los Angeles Rams in the number one. The who's hot this particular week. They're sitting at a record of 6-2. The Los Angeles Rams record is, like I said, is 6-2. They beat the New Orleans Saints. I think everybody had them winning that game. They beat them profoundly with a score of 34-10. The Rams came off of a bye. They was very impressive. To me, they're taking the number one spot in the power rankings. I'm not even getting to the NFL power rankings. I'll do that on Friday whenever I pick up the matchup. That's what I typically do. On Fridays, I give you the matchups. I give you the top 10 teams in the power rankings. But I'm just letting you all know in advance. I got Los Angeles Rams at number one slot for the power rankings. Okay? The next who's hot team. The next team of who is hot. It was a battle of the Imano. It was Patrick Mahomes. It was Josh Allen. Superman against Batman. That's what I like to call it. Superman against Batman. Now the thing is, I call Josh Allen Superman. I call Patrick Mahomes Batman. But the thing is Josh Allen, who I call Superman, he can beat Patrick Mahomes in the regular season. But when it comes to the playoffs, he can't beat Patrick Mahomes. It's like Josh Allen, between Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson. Patrick Mahomes is the kryptonite to Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. But the who's hot team I got for this week after NFL Week 9, like I said, I got the Los Angeles Rams sitting at 52. Let me know if you agree with me if you don't agree. The second team I got for the who's hot is the Buffalo Bills. They took on the Kansas City Chiefs. It was a good game, like it always is. Went down to the wire. The Buffalo Bills, those Buffalo Bills. I'm gonna shout out to my man Oscar Weaver. Tap in, you do. And whenever you see it, all my Buffalo Bills fans, it looks like you guys are trying to come around. Y'all edged out Patrick Mahomes, the one I call Batman. Y'all beat them 28-21. Y'all got a good record of sitting at 6-2. The Buffalo Bills got their momentum going. That was a critical head-to-head matchup between the Bills and the Chiefs, and Josh Allen was able to beat Patrick Mahomes. But again, Patrick Mahomes, everybody's kryptonite, except, except Philadelphia Eagles to the playoffs. The next team I want to say that's hot. The next team I want to say that's hot. I'm giving you the top three teams in the NFL Week 9 who I feel that is hot, and then I'm gonna give you the top three teams I who I feel that are not hot. I don't like repeating the teams over and over again, so I'll give you the top three NFL teams that are hot in my opinion. Then I'm gonna give you the top three teams that are hot. Okay. The third team that's hot is those Denver Broncos, y'all. Is those Denver Broncos with Bo Nix. Your record is now 7-2 after yesterday's gameplay. They took on the Texans. That was an interesting game. They took on the Texans. Like I said, the Broncos are sitting at 7-2. They're on a winning streak. Um, and they're really doing good. They're coming together. They're coming together. I still don't feel like they really played anybody really tough. The Texans gave them a battle, but in the end they didn't prevail. Bo Nix, Sean Payton, and those Denver Broncos. I got them in NFL Week 9 as one of the top three teams. Ah, but I gotta give. I said I was only gonna get three. I'm gonna add one more team. The New England Patriots. You know, Tom Brady's old team before he went over to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and before he went and got a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Uh, Mike Vrabel, if you don't know, he used to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Um, he was a consultant to the Cleveland Browns last year. Went on to got picked to be the New England Patriots coach. The New England Patriots coach. The Patriots beat my damn. No, we beat the Patriots. So no, we beat the Patriots. But anyway, the New England Patriots, they balling out. They balling out. They beat the Atlanta Falcons last week. Uh, no, they beat the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday, man. Let me get it together. They beat the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday. I was at Sports Cafe giving my NFL live game reaction. I had those Falcons fans. Sorry, I like the team a little bit. Those Falcons fans was really upset. I tried to tell them that it wasn't going to be the Patriots. It was, it is what it is. Sometimes they play good. Sometimes those dirty bros don't. I hope they can turn it around. I know they're going to play the early game this Sunday over in London. So the top teams I got after NFL Week 9 and who's hot is I gave you the Patriots, I gave you the Buffalo Bills, I gave you the Los Angeles Rams. Those are the teams I got hot, and I gave you the New England Patriots along with the Broncos. What do y'all think about the Carolina Panthers? What do y'all think about the Carolina? I want to give them an honorable mention this week. That's what I want to do. I want to get a Carolina Panthers honorable mention. Why do I say that? The Green Bay Packers beat up on my Pittsburgh Steelers, and lo and behold, how did the Carolina Panthers turn around and beat Green Bay yesterday? Beat 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 Green Bay Packers yesterday. I was just astonished. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. But I guess it was a trap game for the Packers, and it goes to prove on any given Sunday, any one of our NFL teams, any one of them, any one of them can win, y'all. Any one of our NFL teams can win on the Sunday. Ain't no team just outright balling out, and we can just say that team's going to win the Super Bowl because those Indianapolis Colts came to Pittsburgh, and I had some little bit of anxiety. I was a little bit worried. I didn't. Actually, to be honest with you, I didn't think my Steelers was going to be able to pull out that win against the Colts, but we had trouble against the run. Our defensive backs was playing suspect against the Packers. Lo and behold, I don't know what Mike Tomlin fed my Steelers on the offensive defense, but they balled out and they just handled the Indianapolis Colts. They just handled the Indianapolis Colts. Hey, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. We got a 2 to 3 game lead. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It is what it is. So with the Chiefs losing to the Buffalo Bills, I got to put the Chiefs in the who not category. It is what it is. It is what it is, y'all. If you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, y'all been tipsy toes. I don't. I just don't know. I just don't know. Maybe y'all get going a hot streak and y'all get it together. Don't get upset about it. Maybe Patrick Mahomes can pull it together. The Chiefs I have in the week, man, who's not sitting at the Chiefs are sitting at a record of 5-4. They keep messing around and losing. They may not be able to get in as an AFC wild card. Who else am I throwing into the hoop out of week 9? Those Indianapolis Colts who my Pittsburgh Steelers just beat. I gotta put them in there, y'all. They came to Pittsburgh with a 7-1 record. I said to myself that we're gonna find out if the Colts is for real. You know, the Colts have beat up on some pretty easy teams, except for they did beat one of those seven wins was the Los Angeles Rams. So that was the most profound victory so far this season. But they played my Steelers showed up. And I gotta put the Colts in the who's not team. They're sitting at 7-2. They're still sitting pretty, y'all. They're still sitting pretty. Who else I gotta put in NFL week 9 after NFL week 9? The teams that's not hot. They sitting at 5-3. JJ McCarthy came back off of his injury because Carson Wentz, that was in for JJ McCarthy, had to come in. JJ McCarthy came off an injury. Carson Wentz had surgery on his arm. But JJ McCarthy, he played good. He just didn't do enough. And I got to put the Minnesota Vikings in the who's not hot in the NFL as a week 9 after the game. Again, the Detroit Lions are sitting with a 5-3 record. It was a home loss for those Detroit Lions. Um, they're sitting at 5-3. I still think they're gonna win their division. I think they still got a good chance to win their division. Who else? Definitely, I got to put who's. I don't understand about the Packers. One week they play good, one week they tie a game, one week they beat my Steelers, then you turn around, and I think they play at the level at the team that they play. That's what I'm gonna say about the Green Bay Packers. They just don't consistently dominate teams all four quarters. I feel like they're playing at the level of the teams they play, and when they do that, they allow teams to stay in the game. Hey, and those Panthers, they upset the Green Bay Packers. They upset the Green Bay Packers. And of course, who is in the who's not hot after the NFL Week 9? Down there, where I like that seafood at, down in Louisiana, those New Orleans Saints. They benched Spencer Rattler, who was the starting quarterback because of turnovers. They actually benched him last week during the game, and they let Tyler Shuck come in and finish the game. Tyler Shuck started this game. Uh, the Saints got destroyed 34-10 by the Rams. It looks like the Saints are going to be in for quarterback next year. I don't think Tyler Shuck's the answer. Um, so the recap on the who's not hot this week: Green Bay Packers, Kansas City Chiefs, New Orleans Saints. That's just my personal opinion, y'all. And the Detroit Lions. Now, if you don't know, you're about to know. Today is Monday, and tomorrow is Tuesday, November 4th. It is the NFL deadline for all trades. NFL deadline for all trades or any young NFL player. First one that comes to my mind, like Shiloh Sanders, that get picked up by NFL teams. Deadline is tomorrow. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like Shiloh Sanders is going to be picked up by anybody. Uh, it'd be a blessing if he did. It looks like he got a career in doing social media. He gets thousands and thousands and thousands of views. I wish him all the best. He does have the opportunity to go to the CFL, the Canadian Football League. Um, it's up to him on what his aspirations is. If he still wants to play ball, he's going to go in the Canadian Football League and then get his skill set better, and then hopefully be able to come back and play in the NFL. So I wish the best for Shiloh. My prayers are going up for him if he doesn't get picked up by the NFL deadline tomorrow. There have been some NFL trades already. I don't want to discuss them on this area. I'm going to wait till the deadline's over. When the deadline's over at 4 o'clock, I'm actually come online and discuss all the major key trades for the NFL teams after the NFL deadline. But I just want to thank each and every one of you who has supported Premier Sports Talk for over 2,900 subscribers. You know, the goal was to get to 3,000 subscribers by October 31st. You know, we got down to the goal line, but I didn't get that touchdown. It's all good. You know, in God's timing, like the Lord say, in perfect timing. You know, in God's timing and His plan. You know, all He's been doing is elevating from their forethought. And each and one of you that have subscribed, each and every one of you that supported the channel, I just want to tell you thank you, thank you, thank you, because without you all, there is no Premier Sports Talk. So if you didn't know, now you know who my top four, who I felt was who's hot in the NFL uh, after week 9, and the 14 that who I feel that are not hot in the NFL. I'm Randy Princess, the host of Premier Sports Talk, and I will see you when I see you. And until then, may blessings fall